Hey everybody, I promised you a really quick down and dirty video about some things that are in my pantry, some staples that I have around that I can just very easily, whip something up and cook something with. You also might be wondering about brands because I talk a lot about no nitrite, nitrite bacon, pasture-raised eggs, what does that mean? So this is just going to be really, really quick. I've got my iPhone here and I'm just shooting it fast and dirty. So if you miss something, let me know and I'll get back to you. So quick, easy, that's the thing, right? I've talked about just finding a protein, finding a vegetable, season your protein with whatever you might want to find from Penzeys. I have a whole drawer full. There's no need for me to really show you what's in mine because it's going to be up to your taste. Just go into Penzeys. They have sample bottles. You can go and open each of them, smell it, and you'll know pretty quickly, wow, I think that would taste good on fish. I think that would taste good on chicken. So go explore that. But another quick and easy thing that you can do is in your pantry stock things like Alaskan wild salmon. Now you see on the label it says wild salmon, wild caught salmon. That's going to be the best that you can get. Same thing goes with tuna. Chunk white albacore tuna, all right? It's in water. There is some salt added to this because the no salt stuff just tastes awful. On the side you're going to see that it says wild caught. So this is going to be much better than farm raised. Farm raised usually means that the fish has been raised in an enclosure and finished off with food that isn't necessarily what they would be eating, much like animals that are raised, like beef especially. So you need to watch out for those things. As far as the bacon goes, I mean, come on, who isn't a fan of bacon? Seriously, who isn't? This is Pederson's or Peterson's. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it's Pedersons. Now, why is this so much better? It says pork raised without antibiotics and growth stimulants, and it's fed no animal byproducts. There is no sugar added to this. Now, if you usually go into a traditional grocery store, read the back of a package of bacon, you're going to see all sorts of ingredients, of which sugar is usually one thing that's in here. If you read the back of this package, the ingredient list is actually quite small. It's uncured meat. There is less than 2% of salt, vinegar, and celery powder. So there's pork water and then some of those other seasonings. That's it. I challenge you to go into another grocery store and pick up a name brand like Oscar Mayer or something like that and find that few ingredients. This is a great brand. I get it at Whole Foods. It tastes great. Okay, cottage cheese. I like Organic Valley. Now, I have never really liked cottage cheese because I always thought it tasted really salty. This brand is very good. It tends to not be as runny. If I do get a container that's runny, I have a strainer, just regular old strainer. I'll put it in there, let it drain for, a minute or so, and all of a sudden I have cottage cheese that isn't runny and that I like. The texture doesn't bug me. If you're going to make smoothies and make them a more complete meal, I mentioned this kind of quickly in the smoothie recipe. This is a wonderful vegan protein powder that I really like. It is from Garden of Life. It's called Raw Protein, and the flavor I like is vanilla spice chai because it doesn't overpower the ingredients that you're putting into the smoothie. You can still taste that without the vanilla or chocolate flavor. If you like that, it does come in those flavors. Knock yourself out. All right. My olive oil, I buy extra virgin olive oil that has been cold processed because you don't want an oil that's been treated with heat because heat damages oils. I get this at Whole Foods. Also, when I go to the East Side Farmers Market, there is a guy there who sells Texas olive oil. It is so fresh. It is so wonderful. I urge you to drop by that market and see him, and I'm going to post details on the website so you'll know where to find that. Another oil that I like to cook with is toasted sesame oil. If you're going to do a stir fry, just I just did one yesterday. Actually, Mary Beth did it because she's really good at that. It was broccoli with some ground ginger, a little bit of salt and pepper, some shallots, and then a little bit of sesame oil with a little bit of olive oil. It's wonderful. It gives it a nice, nutty, rich flavor that can really change up your food. All right, so the cauliflower hummus that I posted, this is tahini. Tahini is nothing but roasted, pureed sesame seeds. So it's just like any other nut butter, like almond butter or peanut butter or something like that, except this is sesame seeds. This is called Joyva. It's a really great brand that I like a lot. It gives hummus a wonderful flavor. So look for that when you're going to make your hummus. Something else I keep in my pantry that can really liven up stir fries, it can liven up soups, anything like that, is a black olive tapenade. Now, it can also be used as a dip for vegetables, if you would like, mixed in with a little more olive oil. Just experiment with things that you've really never thought about. Take time to go through the grocery store, look at shelves, and find things that you find interesting, and look for different ways to incorporate them into your food. Eggs. Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. I love these Vital Farms pasture-raised eggs. Now, what does that mean? It means that the hens are not kept cooped up in a building, never seeing the sun, hardly having any room to move, and just, shelling out one egg after another. These hens are outside. They are pecking at the ground. They're finding worms and grubs and things like that to eat. They're eating the diet that they were meant to eat, which means your eggs are going to be much better and much more nutritious for you. Love this brand. Look for it at Whole Foods. I talked a little bit about coconut milk. You can get it like this, which is the more processed variety, or you can get it in cans. This is pure full-fat coconut milk. It's going to have a lot of fat in it. If you read the label, don't worry about it. It's the exact kind of fat that you need. Now, it is pretty thick. If you want to use this in smoothies, I would recommend that you do half and half. So if you're going to use a cup of water, use half a cup of coconut milk, half a cup of water, and you'll be great. This, you can just use the coconut milk as it is out of here. No need to cut it. What about butter? You hear me talk a lot about butter. Again, we go back to who doesn't like butter and bacon. I mean, yeah. This is a brand that I really like. It's called Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. Now, why do I like this? Well, if you read up at the top, it says it's made from milk from grass-fed cows. So again, you're just going one more step in seeking better health by buying a product that comes from nature the way it was intended to. All right? These cows are taken good care of. They're allowed to eat what they were meant to eat, which means that they don't get sick. Their guts aren't out of balance. They're producing good stuff. So give this a try. I think you'll like it. All right, if you are going to do oatmeal, and I do occasionally. Now, there are a lot of paleo people out there that would go, oh, no way. You should never eat oatmeal. Occasionally, I like it. But I also make sure that I get good quality. I never, ever do instant. Now, this is called a quick cooking steel-cut oat. Now, it's still going to take, anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes to do this. It's not what you would call fast or instant. But you can even cook this ahead of time, keep it in your refrigerator. When you need some oatmeal, you'll just scoop out what you want in a bowl, maybe put a little bit of coconut milk in it or a little bit more water in it, and heat it up, and you're ready to go. You don't have to cook it immediately when you're going to eat it, because we're always trying to think ahead to do quicker things. All right, coconut water. Again, it's just water straight out of the coconut. Make sure when you read the label that there is no added sugar, just the sugar that's occurring in it naturally. And then quick things. You should just always keep in your pantry some different kinds of nuts. So I have some sliced almonds. Here are some whole kernel sunflower seeds. I have some sesame seeds, some pine nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans. I have a little bit of everything in my pantry because they're quick, they're easy. You can throw them in with some, maybe some raisins right quick and have a really quick, fast jolt of good sugar balanced off with some fat and protein. All right, so those are just some really quick things that I have in my pantry. I wanted to give you some brand ideas so that when you're out shopping, you won't wonder, well, what should I get? What should I not get? If you have any questions about any of this, or you have something that you're curious about, let me know. I'll try to shoot a video or shoot you an email, and we'll get those questions answered. Okay? Thanks a bunch.